guys, today's video is going to be a lot of work and really busy, so I just want to get down to it. We're going to do another meal prep video. I am going to be making, well, using 4 recipes from 4 different sources to make different things. So I am going to flip it around to show you the different recipes that I'm going to be using. They'll also be linked down below. And then I kind of wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my strategy to try to save some time, so the meal prep is actually, like, it's not too overwhelming. So just wanted to do that for you guys. Alright, so I am going to make homemade individual pizza dough. This is a recipe by Natasha's Kitchen. It is not exactly like a Weight Watchers recipe, but I put all the ingredients in, and I think it came out to 5 points for the dough if you're able to make 8 servings. So that's my goal. We'll see if it makes 5. So I'm going to start off with this one, and I'm going to do this one first because the dough needs time to rise. So I want to make sure that while it's rising, I could still be productive. So I'm going to make pizza dough to have for dinners and to keep in the freezer. Then this is from the actual Weight Watchers recipe. This is the white chicken chili with salsa verde, which is 1 point. I am going to make some few adjustments. Basically, the different chilies and the poblano and the serrano. I have really sensitive eyes, and I cannot find a way how to like chop anything that's hot without then having my eyes be burned or it getting through to my fingers. So I have some canned chilies. I have jalapeno and then green chilies or just something. So I'm going to replace those with that. But so this has some different steps where like you need to do a little bit and then let it simmer, then do a little bit. So I'm hoping that anyway, so this one needs to have the longest time of like not doing anything. Then I'm going into the next thing where you have to like wait a while to do something. And then, so this I'm going to probably be having like eating for my lunches. And then this one, this is by Emily Bites. This is the chocolate coconut banana baked oatmeal singles. The reason why this is third because it is a baked thing. So it does go in the oven for about 20 minutes. So once again, my goal is to just not have to sit around and wait for anything. And then I am going to be making some 0 point marinara by the Pound Dropper. This one you really only have to let the sauce simmer for 10 minutes, which is the smallest amount of time. So I'm hoping to be able to get these 4 things done in a fairly quick manner. But I gotta get to work. Okay, so I'm starting with the pizza dough. So the first thing you do is you add the water. Put the water in a bowl and put the yeast in. It doesn't say to stir, and it needs to be warm water. And then it says let's stand for about 7 minutes. So this is the bowl that's connected to my KitchenAid. So I am going to get the other ingredients for this together, kind of measure things out while that's going for 7 minutes. Oh, and by the way, if I ever flip over, you are definitely going to see these. Oh, hey, is that cutie? You're definitely going to see these headphones in. It's because I have to listen to something while I'm cooking, and I just wanted to let you know that today I am listening to an audiobook. It's called Daisy Jones and the Six, and it's really good. And it's a fictional book, but it reads like a nonfiction book. Yeah, anyway, just wanted to explain these to you. It's been 7 minutes, and I don't know, maybe I should have mixed it up a little bit because you could obviously see there's still some wet parts or some parts that didn't get wet, but this is all an experiment, right? Alright, so for the next step, this is actually a really easy recipe. I hope that it turns out well because it's just really simple ingredients. So what I have here is just my extra virgin olive oil, and I'm putting 1.5 tablespoons of it into this mixture. Just dump it in, and then I'm hoping because I just need half a tablespoon of honey, and I'm hoping because I just put the olive oil in that it won't stick to this, but we'll see if this little experiment worked. So yeah, so just squeeze some honey. Ah, did you see? I don't know if you saw how easy that was, but that just like popped in. All right, guys, that's my little tip of this. If you are repeating this recipe, which hopefully it's good enough, and I like tell you how great and easy it is, that you want to use a half a tablespoon of measuring, and then put the honey in afterward, because it was so easy. So right now I'm just whisking this all together in the same thing. I'm not even going to show you because it's that boring and uninteresting. I pre-measured my flour and my salt in a bowl, so now I'm just going to dump that in there. Put my little dough hook machine thing. What do you call this? I don't know. I'm gonna put this back in here, lock it, and then she recommends kneading it on level 2. So I'm just gonna kind of watch it and then get a spatula so I can scrape the sides. All right, this is what it looks like all kneaded together. I hope it rises quite a bit because I do not know how I'm going to make 8 pizzas out of this. I don't know if this will... Oh, here. Let me grab it for you so you can see. Right? Do you see? I don't know how this is going to. It is pretty sticky, but she said it would be. So, yeah, I'm going to cover it, put it in a warm spot, and then check it in like an hour. Alright, so to get the white chicken chili started, I have a tablespoon of olive oil in a really large pot, and I have one large, I think it's just a white onion that, or maybe a yellow onion that I have cut up, and it is sauteing. And then I am just adding, so once again, this is where I am changing the recipe a little bit because I am afraid of cutting peppers, and I don't have the correct peppers, but these are just canned different peppers that I have. So once again, this is how I'm changing the recipe again. So I just have some green chilies, chipotle peppers, and then jalapenos, and I'm just going to dump them in. And it says to let it cook for I think about 5 to 10 minutes. So I'll just be stirring them and doing it. Hello, so I made a mistake and I totally did not fully read the label of the peppers that I was putting in, and the chipotle peppers were whole when I just dumped it in. So when you're making changes to recipe, please make sure you think it through, which I definitely didn't. So as you can see, I'm just kind of trying to fish out the whole peppers, and then I just have some kitchen scissors, and so while it's sauteing, I'm just snipping them because obviously I don't want like a huge chipotle pepper in my soup or chili or whatever, but hey, live and you learn, right? So in this bowl I have the spices plus the garlic that I need to add. So I have the salt, coriander, oregano, cumin, chili powder. All of these I use the exact measurements. I just eyeballed the garlic, and so I feel like the garlic I probably used more than normal. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it over here and then dump it. Ooh, hello steam. Dump it into my concoction and stir it around. And once again, this is depth from the chipotle peppers. I kind of regret putting the chipotle peppers in because you could see it has this like reddish brown coloring instead of this like nice salsa verde like clear green coloring, because there's no way it's just going to overpower. So I'm going to cook this for about a minute. My chili looks like a pot full of mush, but my oh my, it has, I know it's going to have a lot of flavor because I can smell it from here. So I have, well, our store only had chicken breast tenderloins, so I have the chicken breast tenderloins It's supposed to use 2 pounds. This is a little over 2, so whatever. That's fine. And then I have the beans already drained and stuff, and then the chicken broth. So I'm just going to dump all of these in here. This really, so far, the only thing I've had to do was cut up an onion. Then it's basically like just dumping ingredients, which is pretty awesome. Alright, so it is obviously at a boil. And what I have to do now is I have to just cover it. Whoops. I got lucky there. Move the temperature down to like medium low, and then let this just sit here for like about 20 minutes. And basically what you're doing is you're just letting the chicken cook in the broth soup mixture and stuff like that. So while that is happening, I am over here getting all the ingredients and things prepped for the next thing that I'm doing, the chocolate coconut banana baked oatmeal singles from Emily Bites. And one thing I have to say, like this system and like reading the things, I don't know, this plan that I made for myself, it's really good because like I'm just like boom, 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 moving, not wasting any time, which for meal prep I feel like is really nice. Yeah, everything's working out smoothly so far. So let me show you. So while that was boiling, I was trying to mash some bananas, because you need mashed and chopped bananas. You need some of the cocoa, baking powder, old-fashioned oats, salt, eggs, coconut, brown sugar, and milk. So I'm going to finish mashing these bananas to measure it out, then I'll let you know what the steps are. Okay, so I have 2 bowls here. So in this bowl, I have the oats, salt, baking powder, brown sugar, and the unsweetened cocoa powder. And all I have to do is just kind of like whisk it, stir it, mix it together. And then kind of do the same for the wet ingredients. So one thing I do want to say, I've never made this particular like oatmeal singles before, but I have made like a few from Emily Bites before, and I do want to let you know that these aren't, they look like they would be sweet muffins, but they're really meant, I think, more to be like oatmeal that you could take on the go, which means that they're really filling. They have a lot of good flavor. I would just say, because they're like kind of that cupcake muffin shape, you might think that they are sweet like that, like kind of more dessert. I would say it's more, definitely more of a like breakfast item, which is great, you know, because sometimes that's exactly what we want. So at first I was like, I had a hard time with these because I was always disappointed like the first bite I had, because it's just the shape. They're really lovely, they look good, but they look like they should kind of taste like a, almost, you know what, they look like they're like a oatmeal cookie but in a muffin, but they're not that sweet. So in here, oh, I don't think you'll be able to see, it is milk, the egg white, and mashed bananas. So they are mixed together, and then I just have to pour these 2 bowls together and mix them up again. Alright, so it's all mixed up now, and then I have the chopped bananas and then also the coconut flakes, and I am just going to pour it in here, mix everything together, and then I have a prepared muffin tin, and I'll just spoon them in. This is what they look like all filled up. As you could see, you're able to get like pretty good full size of the muffins, which is awesome. And these, I know I have frozen them and then reheated them, like defrosted and reheated them, and they reheat really, really well. So I'm pretty excited. I could definitely smell the chocolatey flavor, so I think it should be good. I'm going to put them in the oven now. Alright, so it's back to the chili that I am working on, and so I have, sorry for the steam, I have fished the chicken out, definitely all cooked, And now I am just shredding it before I pop it back in to the chili. Yeah, so I've given up with this chili looking like how it's supposed to because of the color. I totally messed it up by putting the chipotles in, but oh well, it's like, it smells good. It's just going to be a little different flavoring. So the chicken I put back in here, and then I have some fresh squeezed lime juice and then some salsa verde. I'm not putting this whole thing in. Oops. That is to let me know to go check the oatmeal bake. And then I'm going to put the cilantro, cut up the cilantro, not all of it, it's about 1/3 of a cup, and stick it all in there. So these oatmeal bakes were done. They smell incredible, and I'm just going to let them cool before I pack them all up. But I'm excited about these. Okay, it's finally time to get started on this 0-point marinara. I am changing it up a bit from the original recipe. That's just my thing apparently. I cannot stick to a recipe to save my life. So instead of using the diced tomatoes, I'm just using crushed tomatoes because I'm a little bit lazy. Whoa! This burner is way too hot. Ooh, what is going on? Well, I have no idea what just happened. I turned that burner off, and let's...
It's because of the water.
Because what, Eric?
There's water on the pan underneath.
Oh, alright. I'm just going to turn this burner off for a minute and move it over for you guys. Okay, eventually I'll let this cool down. Whoa, it's really hot. Alright, so here we go, people, here we go. Okay, so I have the can, and then you're supposed to put 3 cloves of garlic. I am just going to, I really like garlic, so I'm just going to put 2 and a little bit of this minced garlic here. Oops. Hello. Of this minced garlic that I'm trying to use up because I now have a fresh garlic press that I'm excited about. I have some fresh basil from my basil plant, and I love this basil plant so much. So adding some of that in, and then this is nowhere on this sauce at all, but I like my marinara or red sauce zippy, so I'm going to sprinkle some crushed red pepper. Plus I figure, like, I'm making this for pizza sauce, and sometimes I really enjoy sprinkling red peppers on my pizza, so I'm just going to sprinkle this to be like, hey, I could layer my heat, right? Okay, then it needs 1 tablespoon of salt. There we go. And then parsley, 1 tablespoon of parsley. One tablespoon of parsley, and then 2 tablespoons of fresh onions or minced onions. So honestly, normally I would use and cut fresh onions, but like dried, I'm sorry, you could use either fresh onions or the dried minced onions. I am just using dried in this case because meal prep, it is a lot of work because you're making a lot of meals all at once. So I just want to try to make things easy and save as much time as I can. Just so I don't feel like I'm going crazy. And then parsley, or no, I already did parsley. I almost doubled up the parsley and had no oregano. Here we go. Then 2 tablespoons of oregano. So 1, and whoa, came out fast. 2. Ooh, this smells good. And And then I'll move over so you can see. Lots of seasonings in this, but I am just going, ooh, guys, it looks good, right? Don't you love all the different colors? So I am just going to mix this. I think this burner has had time to cool down, so I am going to let it simmer or let it cook for about 10 minutes, and that is all. I'm going to definitely mix this up more because there's a lot of stuff going on in this. Oh, I also forgot. I have to add a quarter cup of water, so I will do that as well. Okay, so this did definitely get a little bit bigger, which is great. Still pretty sticky. So I am going to weigh this out, and I'm going to see how much it is and then just divide it by the number of servings I want for the pizza dough to be, and then kind of like cut it and figure it out. Alright, so I weighed it out and it weighed a little over 20 ounces. So I am doing basically 5 4-ounce slices, which will make this dough about 8 points each, which is a lot, but hey, it's something different, and I figure the marinara is 0, and then if you see my recent grocery haul picture, here, let me get you around. If you see my recent grocery haul thing, you know that I found some new like light cheese that I am excited about, like mozzarella, now that Trader Joe's mozzarella, don't know when or if it's coming back. So so I feel like 8 points, maybe it's delicious and worth it. Actually, I think that's it, right? Oatmeal singles done. Chicken chili. Oh, did I show you the finished chicken chili product? Let me move over here and show you guys. So this is done. This definitely not like the picture, but smells great. Marinara sauce, I'm really excited about it. It looks like it's going to have a lot of flavor done. And then ignore any of the mess. Pizza dough done, as well as oatmeal singles done. Wow, we got a lot of stuff done. Alright, I think that is it, because I'm just going to package these all up. I'm going to be doing these things buffet style just to make it easier for me. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this is helpful. I am going to do a couple of what I eat in a days for you this week, using some of these things and also supplementing some other things as well. So if you want to know if these are any good, how they taste reheated, which I think is a big thing because some things aren't that great reheated, please make sure to click that subscribe button. And if these are helpful for you, please give it this thumbs up. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.